Well, it's some beautiful light in the studio this morning.
I hope you're enjoying the light wherever you are when you're watching this. Let me tell you everything I know about acrylic skins.
I think a poor painter must have discovered by some serendipitous accident that if you use freezer paper as your drip catcher,
You don't know about freezer paper yet? Hang on. I have this handy sourcing guide that you get when you sign up for my e-course or work with me one-on-one that shows you what I use, why I use it, and where I get it.
your drips harden and then become peelable. You can just peel them if they're thick enough. Sometimes my pores are too thin. Like you can see, the very thin stuff won't really come up and be usable. It'll just flake.
At least they're not usable the way they are. Hang on, and I'm going to tell you more about using every single bit of your drip catchings.
But we have a nice consistency that's ample. It will dry and be peelable off the freezer paper. And you get to have two options because you have the colors as they dried when you poured them, when it dripped, and then you have the colors as they combined underneath, hidden until you peel it up. So you can glue this down for collage. You can cut it. You can punch it. I use my little scissors that I love, and I also, for making like those pendants I made the other day, I have these little plastic punches. Okay, and then I recently looked at butcher paper, unwrapping whatever I was going to make for my dinner, and wondered if it would work. It does work, but not as well. The coating, apparently the coating is not as thick on butcher paper as it is on freezer paper. But if your paint is solid enough, you can get a nice, result. Now this is solid black, but still you can get a nice piece of skin that you can cut or paste as is. Or I just saw an artist make poppies. She poured poppies, so she poured red and black and gray and white poppy shapes, and then peeled them and then plunked them down on a canvas and then poured on that canvas, which I thought was brilliant. I haven't yet combined my collage, which has been all on paper, with my canvases, which have been all paint, but who knows what might happen next. You know what? Peeling is important on acrylic skins if you're collaging and layering, because you want to not have a background interfering with whatever you're layering over. You want to, yeah. So, and for me, I have spent a lot of human effort on trying to get my skins thin enough that I could have show through to what's below. Like this section right here. This section right here has show through. I would love to be able to peel it so that this would be substantial enough to peel off, and then I would get like strips, translucent strips that I could layer over something else. That rarely happens. So when I work with skins now in 3D applications, look at this, is the edge of a cup. I love that. When I work with skins in 3D applications, sometimes I get the imprint of what's stamped on the bottom of the cup on my skins. I'll show you. So depending on what you're doing, if you're going to be layering something and gluing it down and layering it, of course you want it to peel. But all is not lost if you want to use these really thin, delicate drips. You just cut them out and find a way to use them, like I do with these pendants and other ornaments I make that are glued down in layers, so you don't see the back. It's okay if it's on paper, if the paper is included. So you can work with your drips in more than one way. You can peel what's peelable, and then I store these between those plastic sheet protectors. Otherwise, they will stick to each other, I promise you, and you can't unstick them when they do. So you want to store them between, you want to slip sheet them. Okay, more later.
I hope you found this useful. Here are some ways you can work with me. Can't wait to hear from you.